Wednesday begin today in third place, knowing a win is vital to reduce Oldham's 6-point lead over them. They make one change from the midweek goalless draw here against Swindon in the Rumbelows Cup. Captain Nigel Pearson is fit again to replace Laurie Madden. The USA World Cup midfielder John Harkes continues at right back for the injured Roland Nielsen. Oldham, who are still missing Ian Marshall and Neil Adams, field the team which lost 2-0 at Leeds in the Rumbelows Cup, with the former Manchester City fullback Willie Donachie operating in midfield. Now, alongside John Helm in the commentary box today, a warm welcome to Maurice Setters, the Republic of Ireland coach. And John, I've no doubt Maurice will be casting a particular eye over John Sheridan.
Yes, Maurice, no doubt you'll be interested in the performance of John Sheridan, but generally this is the match everybody would want to be at today.
Yeah, it looks a very big crowd and it's very exciting, and John Sheridan's very much in our mind. He's becoming a very much more mature player now for Ireland, and he's putting some of the big boys in our squad under pressure at the moment.
So, Sheffield Wednesday against Oldham Athletic, and as a bonus later we'll have for you the other really meaningful matches at the top of Division 2. Oldham in their distinctive all-red strip, getting the match away. And quite extraordinary to think that Sheffield Wednesday's first league defeat of the season last week at Millwall dropped them to third place, 6 points behind the leaders Oldham. West Ham, of course, sandwiched between the two of them at the top. Carlton Palmer, who scored his first goal of the season at Barnsley recently, and it was a point saver, that one. And no doubt about it that Wednesday recently haven't quite matched their early season form. Holden swings the crossover. The ball actually went out of play, though. And now Williams will carry the game to Oldham. He's got a lot of people back. And Williams has passed Barrett. He's done really well there. Looks to supply a good cross, but Richard Jobson coolly, and eventually it's back to Hallworth. There's an excellent pace about the game. The ball laid forward by Danny Wilson, and Palmer races ahead. Now, is that seen as a professional foul by Willie Donachie? Referee Groves will want to speak to the Scottish international. Well, it's been a week of controversy about professional fouls, and Rick Holden is going across to have a word with the referee. But players must really worry at moments like this in the current climate as to the colour of the card about to be produced. And referee Ron Groves decides it's a yellow for Willie Donachie. Maurice Setters.
Well, I'm not so happy about these fouls that people keep pulling. I think he genuinely went for the ball. It was a bit unfortunate. It was a foul, but I thought he was a little bit unfortunate to get a card for that.
Sheridan, it's no good. Palmer in the centre circle has got two men to his left. One of them here is Worthington. King. Useful ball to Hurst, who turns his man nicely and gets the free kick. Well, an advantage might have been played there because he got away from the defender once the referee had decided it was to Wednesday's advantage. Well taken by Sheridan. Here's King, and surely. Well, it's not often David Hurst misses from there, and he will be kicking himself. That's the best chance we've had in this opening quarter.
Yes, it was a great ball. It was a great ball that was laid up the wall. Caught the Oldham asleep there, and I think he was a bit surprised that they got there so clear and so early. And it was a great opportunity to score. It's unusual for David to miss those.
thing is, David Hirst has got to put that out of his mind and just keep battling on, try and make sure the next one does go in.
That's right.
Not dwell on it. King. Here's Palmer again. He made that run forward. He's a very awkward man to play against, is Carlton Palmer. He seems to be all over the field, and he's forward again now. Williams, it's come down to Worthington. Chance to cross it in. Oh, it's right across, and this time he's hit the post. And David Hirst somehow cannot manoeuvre the ball between the posts, and he must wonder why.
I can't believe it. It was a great cross here from the boy, and it got clear and he went straight across, and it's the easiest thing in the world for David to knock it in. I hope he can just relieve himself a little and pick himself up, because it's two great opportunities. I'm sure he'll resolve it.
Well, he's got 11 goals this season as David Hirst, and you'd have backed him 9 times out of 10 to have got those 2. And instead now it's Oldham who come looking to see if they've got the killer touch. Holden's cross, dangerous. Redfern's in for it. Ritchie's underneath it. Free kick given against Andy Ritchie for turning the defender. Forward to Hirst. And Ritchie just turns it back inside Redfern, and Redfern must spread it wide right now for Warhurst, who gallops on past King. Poor Warhurst cuts it back. Pressman can't get there, and Oldham have the lead. Nick Henry popping up inside the penalty area. And Sheffield Wednesday, having spurned 2 good chances to go ahead themselves, now go 1 down.
Well, that was a great run. It was a great run by Warhurst at the right back. He gave the boy King a cross, and the boys got into the box very early. It's ironical to think that they've only had 2 chances, 2 attacks down there, and the ball came across. But I think the great thing was that the players got in the box so early. It was a great finish.
It is so important for Wednesday to recover their composure and not be unsettled by that goal that they've gone down. Well won by Hawks. Forward, Palmer. What a pace there is about the match. It's really living up to its billing. Palmer goes on. And on. Well, we've tried to do just a bit too much, but still it comes back, and Barrett has it out. Interception was neat and clean. Pearson, dominant captain. Redfern adjudged to have fouled him. So often, Morris, matches like this one don't tend to live up to their pre-match billing, but this one certainly is doing.
That's right. I think the referee's doing a great job. He's letting things go, and I think that's important. And both teams are obviously at the top of the league, and they're giving it some response to the referee. The referee's doing very well.
Kerry, he's into the space. Pressman not sure, and Kerry's round him. It's 2. David Kerry scores for Oldham, a second goal in the space of 5 minutes. Wednesday were totally stretched, and David Kerry, who is skillful and used to score his goals for Barnsley not far away, gets a priceless one for Oldham to take them 2 ahead.
And I think the great thing there was that they got caught very flat at the back, and the ball over the top, and it was a great ball delivered in, and it was a great run by Curry. And as you see here, he comes into the thing. I thought the goalkeeper was a little bit hesitant and came rather late. Had he shifted himself a little bit earlier, he might have got there.
So Wednesday really have it all to do now, and here at the back post maybe Carlton Palmer. It really isn't their day at the moment, and Sheridan can't beat him either. Hurst has hit the post, Palmer's hit the bar, and Wednesday could have had 3 themselves, but they're 2 down.
It's incredible. There's a great strike by Colton Palmer here, great effort. And it drops out to John Sheridan, which 9 times out of 10 you would think John would bury them.
Worthington has plenty of men ahead of him. He's got King wide to his left and uses him. They have a lot of men in the penalty area if the cross is good. It's not a bad one. Here's Hurst with another chance. Straight at Hallworth. David Hurst, we saw him score 4 against Hull on the 2nd Saturday of the season. We saw him score against West Ham, but it's not going in for him today.
Yeah, I think he was a little bit surprised. The bounce of the ball came to him, but I think David has probably lost a little bit. Normally he would have had a go at that, I think, and taken it and had a strike at it, and would probably buried it first time.
They're supremely confident, Oldham, in stroking the ball around, as you would perhaps expect of a side 2 up against their deadliest rivals. And Sheffield Wednesday will now introduce Trevor Francis. It's Phil King who's being brought off, so the shape of the side is to be altered. Now, Phil King has done nothing wrong, but I imagine Ron Atkinson feels that he's got to change things around. It's a match he's got to win today. Picked up by Sheridan. He's the man they're looking to. What a lovely ball. He's played Hurst in here, and it just skidded on the turf. And nothing against Hurst for that one, because it was the pace of the ball off the turf that caught him. He's still on the corner. That's
right, that's John at his best. He's good at that when he's going forward with the ball, and he can pick people out. If he's got the runners in front of him, he'll sort them out.
It just fell at an awkward height for David Hurst. Here's a goal, maybe, off the post, surely now. Shirtliff couldn't finish it either, and somehow that Oldham goal seems to have a charmed life today. Danny Wilson to hoist it back in. Over the top from Hurst. And how on earth Oldham haven't conceded 1, 2, 3 or even 4 goals is almost beyond belief.
It's amazing, John. I can't really believe it. I mean, the chances have been incredible. But there again, it's the day. They say if it's not your day, then it's not your day.
The scoreline bears absolutely no relation to the game. So Worthington has dropped back. Trevor Francis has moved up onto the right, and here he is. Hurst stretching, trying to find Francis. He does. Francis with a chance to cross it in. Just so, first time, and a bit of a flap from Hallworth. It was a good cross from Francis. From that angle, Sheridan. Wednesday really deserves something for their efforts. Hearts, a lot of men up here again now. Here's Danny Wilson. Still it won't go in. But this is more like Wednesday.
This is probably Wednesday at their best at the moment, and they look as though if they can get the break now, I'm sure it'll be a different second half. It was a great cross. Danny Wilson had more time than he thought in there, I think.
Hurst has got the better of Barrett this time. He's a little bit slow, the central defender. Carlton Palmer with a chance. Oh, he's got to tee somebody up. It's Danny Wilson over the top. And it really is one of those frustrating halves, this one, where Wednesday seems certain to score and just can't.
Well, I think there's a little bit of frustration getting into them now. They're trying to make so sure. I mean, Danny Wilson's coming on. It's a great cross here. The ball, Carlton's probably first touch wasn't as good as possible, but he lays on a great ball for him. I think if the boy, 9 times out of 10, had they been 1 up or 2 up, he'd have probably struck it and it'd have gone in the back of the net. There's a great chance.
And away they go, but Morris, what an excellent advert for the second division.
Well, it's been an excellent first half. Unfortunately, one side's got to be losing. It's a matter of who took their chances and who didn't. And the great thing about it is that Oldham have had probably about 3 chances and taken 2. Wednesday probably had about 4 or 5, and unfortunately haven't hit the back of the net yet. But I'm sure Joe will be delighted to go in with a 2-0 lead. So Ron will probably get at the lads, and I'm sure the second half will be as excellent as the first.
Those 2 goals were taken by Nick Henry and David Kerry. That's why it's half-time at Hillsborough. It's Sheffield Wednesday 0, Oldham Athletic 2. A lot more excitement to come in the second half, I'm sure. We'll be back after the break. Welcome back to Hillsborough. A deafening roar here from the Sheffield Wednesday fans, who will try and lift their side. They're really praying that the team can get back from a 2-goal deficit, just as Millwall came back against Wednesday last week to beat them 4-2. And that throw-in has been awarded to Oldham. But I think all credit to referee Ron Groves. He's had a firm control over this match and has kept it flowing, which is why it's been so attractive. Kerry, back flick, not a bad one either. Henry takes it on. Worthington can't get there. Warhurst can. Still not out. And Holden can't locate Kerry. I've seen some cracking matches here so far this season. Sheridan, and Wilson and Worthington. Williams. So important for Wednesday to get an early one, maybe. And it's a goal kick. It came off Paul Williams. Good decision. Okay. Parks has played a lovely ball into Hurst, who tries to get the return. And once more, solid work in defence for Oldham. They do work well as a unit. And I think there was a lot of general sympathy for Oldham Athletic, that they ended up with absolutely nothing at the end of a memorable season last time. In many ways, they were the team of the 1989-90 season.
Yeah, they certainly were. You know, it looks as though this might be their season.
Good ball. Williams on the chest. Back to Worthington. 3 men up in support in the middle, but he elected Williams again and didn't play the pass with any conviction, really. They're not quite putting it together. Of course, recent results have been disappointing after that marvellous start they made. But Worthington here has got people to aim at. Hurst gets up, takes it, knocks it down. Sheridan, Hallworth can only take it on the chest. Manages to regather before Hurst came in. And that's where Sheridan is good.
He's usually good there, yeah. It's unusual. That's the first time the goalkeeper's actually had to make a save, an actual save. And if anybody had been a little bit sharper and followed it in, might have got the rebound.
Here comes Kerry for Oldham. Just keeps it in. Can Holden do the same? He can. It didn't go out. That will, and it's a goal kick. And still the rain comes down as Williams tries to get goal side of Jobson. He's going to be one of the buys of the season, is Richard Jobson.
Yeah, he's looking a very good player.
Oh, it's Richard Jobson. Hurst holding off Barrett. Sheridan, this time it's intercepted by Holden and makes tracks in the opposite direction. And Sheridan gets another chance to find Hart. Lovely ball into Williams, and Paul Williams. It's 6 inches outside the upright, and that really does sum up Wednesday's luck yet again in the game.
Yeah, that was a great move. That was a good. That was Wednesday at its best. They played the ball early, they knocked it early. John Sheridan knocked the ball wide well. Great little chip in by the American boy from the right back. A great chance there. I think Wednesday might get the initiative now.
Tremendous pass it was, certainly, and Paul Williams really unlucky not to have registered his 6th of the season. Palmer, a good turn. Wednesday are picking up the pace once more. Sheridan, they've got to cap it, they've got to round it off with a goal. Inside goes Harks, just that bit too long. And Oldham know they've got a battle on their hands still in this match. An effortless turn by Kerry, who's got support right and left. He goes on. And Redford took it off his toe end, and we didn't thank him for that, so here comes Palmer for Wednesday. Francis. Palmer's making another run forward and hoping to get on the end of it. It's a good cross, but turned away by Jobson once more. Good tackle back by Hurst.
Yeah, great thing. Wednesday are lifting the momentum a little bit more, and the crowd's getting behind them. And I think if they get the break now, it could be a very difficult time for Oldham.
But it's at a time like this, Morris, that all Oldham's experience of playing in big matches last season will stand them in good stead.
I think so. I think that the thing is that they seem to be keeping their composure. They're giving the odd ball, 1 or 2 balls away, but they're not.
They're not rattled, are they?
No, they're not.
They might be if Worthington does something with this one. He's got a corner. And you really can hear the crowd roaring now, urging Wednesday on. They know it's such an important match. And the shout is, come on Wednesday. Palmer's inside the area. He's done well. Palmer! He deserved a goal for that.
Brilliantly.
John Hallworth wouldn't have been able to do anything about that strike from Palmer.
Yeah, it was an excellent turn there by Palmer. Great shot with his left foot. Had it been on target, it would have been 1 up for Wednesday.
It's still a travesty, the scoreline, when you look at the chances.
It's incredible.
And that's not taking anything away from Oldham, who've played well themselves. But Wednesday deserves some reward, surely. Sheridan goes on. Did get a bounce there. Here's a great chance. David Hurst trying to round it off. That's a penalty. Wednesday do get their chance now. And Oldham do not object. And David Hurst going on into the penalty area. It was a lovely ball through to him. And he's earned the penalty. He's got to finish it off.
It's great here. John Sheridan does very well here. He plays the ball in. David Hurst does well. First time David's really got into the ball, got the bit between his teeth and attacked him, and he's brought him down. Definite penalty.
It was Richard Jobson who committed the error, and it's his first blemish on an otherwise impeccable performance. That matters not, and the penalty is to be entrusted to John Sheridan. Hurst has handed the job over to Sheridan, who's taking an almighty long run-up. John Sheridan to bring Sheffield Wednesday back into it. Perfectly tucked away. It's 2-1 now, and what a game we've got on our hands. And Worthington on the halfway line raises his arms to the crowd and says, come on, lifters.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be a great match now. I think this is the incentive that Wednesday needed. Now they've got a great chance. Great penalty by John Sheridan.
Calmly taken, his 5th of the season. And Wednesday are right back in it. Well played once more by Ritchie. That's a free kick given by the referee. He was just impeded in his turn. So Joe Royle, in the middle of your picture there, has had a lot to think about this week with the talk of him moving to Everton. Has a lot to think about now, how his side are going to preserve their lead. But Ritchie's done well there, and Redfern gets into a good position. 3 men inside the penalty area, and there's still plenty of men up if Warhurst decides to deliver the ball in. Henry must give it back to the fullback. Tries to get away from Palmer. All he can do is play it to Donachie. Now Barlow. He's an impressive little fullback. And now there might be an impression at the other end as Hurst took it on, but his first touch just not quite good enough. Warhurst once more did well. Sheridan too. Oh, lovely skill from John Sheridan. And what's more, he finds Hurst. Now they'll come at the throat. Hurst gallops on. Precisely going on the outside of Jobson. And he'll let it go out and he'll have the corner kick. And he'll say thanks very much.
You've got to be careful not to let John Hurst run at you, because that's when John's possibly at his most dangerous, when he's running at people.
They'll let Sheridan take it with pinpoint accuracy. Wednesday have 6 men inside the penalty area, 3 camped just outside it. But the accuracy wasn't there that time.
John usually do better than that.
Inside from Francis, outside from Jobson. Worthington down the line, Francis. And the crowd held their breath then as Trevor slipped. Regained his feet. Now gets the ball over. Hurst's in there. Oh, with a marvellous save. It's not gone away yet. Scrambled off the line. That was a tremendous save from John Hallworth from David Hurst. It really was a reaction effort. Saved his side.
Yeah, that was an excellent cross as the ball comes in here. David Hurst gets up, brilliant header. Reminds me of the old Gordon Banks. Nearly one of those saves. Brilliant save by the goalkeeper. Kept his side in it.
He earned his corner there, the former Ipswich man. Henry. Inside of him, Redfern. And now Ritchie. Oldham still playing with a lot of confidence, despite all the pressure they've been under. And screaming for the ball on that right side is Warhurst. Didn't deliver the goods then. Sheridan will get over halfway. Now then, can he pick somebody out? He picked the ref out. But he's got the ball through. Hurst is inside the area. Good covering once more by Jobson, who just got in time.
Great ball by John Sheridan.
Palmer. Still there, he couldn't give it to Danny Wilson because he would have been offside. Harks. Palmer once more. He's again making those strong runs, and Trevor Francis lays an intelligent ball to Harks. Here's Wilson once more. David Hurst coming in, and the whistle sounds again. The crowd really didn't think that was offside, I don't think. And Ron Atkinson on his feet at the moment, and most of the spectators have been on their feet throughout the afternoon. It's been one of those pulsating occasions, and you can see the enthusiasm of the Wednesday manager bawling out the orders. And he really has become a very popular figure here at Hillsborough, Ron Atkinson, about to sign another extension to his contract. Well done, Williams. Barrett's under it. Palmer did the right thing in holding off there, as a result of which he's been able to lay the ball back for Harks and take it again. Oh, how did he get through there? Hurst sets off. Wilson. A good ball through for Williams, who tried to turn. Here's Hurst! Another marvellous stop from Hallworth. And David Hurst must wonder what on earth he's got to do to get on the score sheet today, but he applauds the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's a great little ball. It was a great chip in. The boy Williams done very well. It's a great chest down, lays it back very well. And it's a great volley from Hursty. He's unlucky.
We're back with it. Francis's cross. The header, again, it's from Shirtliff, and again, it's well saved. It was Pearson, actually. Harks makes tracks. They're in the right direction so far as Wednesday concerned. They've got to get men forward, as they do again now with Williams, but again it was that man Jobson, who, apart from the penalty, has had a faultless match. Barlow, full. Redfern offside. Redfern. Williams again shows a good turn, but can't keep the ball in play. He's a very spirited little player, though, Paul Williams.
Yeah, he's very quick, he's very bright, and I think he obviously got a little bit to learn yet, but he's doing very well. He's just a matter of him running into the right areas.
Palmer, plenty of men up ahead of him again, including Trevor Francis. Shows all those great skills of his. And he's there again once more. As it comes down to him, Trevor Francis with the shot, Hallworth with the save. And still he can't get a goal here at Hillsborough. He's got two this season, but both away from home. Wednesday win it back. And Oldham win it back. Been that sort of a match. And credit to Oldham, they're still coming looking for a third goal. They haven't just sat on their lead. There's been a sort of FA Cup atmosphere about this one, and it's still not all over us. Wilson pings another crossover. Back post for Carlton. Palmer might fall for Sheridan. John Sheridan goes on, and is this another penalty? It is. And Sheridan wins a penalty. Pure skill got him into the position. He took it on, and eventually there was nothing left to do but to bring him down. And again, credit referee Ron Groves with being right on the spot.
Yeah, it's a great cross-up ball to Carlton Palmer here. John takes the initiative here, which he's very good at, and this is the situation for him. He gets in that box, he's got the ability to go by people.
And Sheridan himself has the chance to cap it with his second goal, and the equaliser is 2-2. And Wednesday have come right back into it. And you can tell from the expression on Sheridan's face how much it means to him and the club. He got two against Plymouth a few weeks ago, but he won't get a more important goal than this one now. And Ron Atkinson is off his feet, he's on his feet, Alan Smith is there. And Wednesday are backing it with this Sheridan penalty. Tucked away beautifully.
Yeah, it's a great penalty by John, that. He's changed his mind, he's quite confident enough to change his position and put it in the other side, which is great. Who knows, he might go on and get his hat-trick now.
These are the days when managers earn their money, and Ron Atkinson, having masterminded Sheffield Wednesday's rise to the top of the second division, knows this is a critical game today, and the side with two down early on, but they're coming right back now. It has never abated. Now the shout is "Come on Oldham" from the fans at the back of this net. It's Oldham's ball. Well, they've spared nothing, these two teams, and one wonders whether they've got the reserves of energy to go out and win it. But they're very fit young athletes, these fellas down there. And there's a free kick against David Hurst, and it's for Oldham, who must feel a bit disappointed at having been clawed back to 2-2, having led 2-0 after 20 minutes. That seems an awful long time ago. There's been so much happened in between. Lovely flick from Ritchie to open the way for Henry. Henry goes on and curls it wide, just wide. With Williams coming in at the far post, Oldham could have nicked it.
Nearly a good chance there. Yeah, it's a great little ball here. It's a great flick there from Andy Ritchie. Plays it and bends it across.
I think some people will be relieved when the referee blows that final whistle, just to relax a little bit after this. Ritchie, they're not relaxing yet. Oldham are looking with Andy Ritchie. Warhurst's inside. Sheridan! It came so close to going in off John Sheridan.
It's a corner.
And it's a corner for Oldham. No, it's not. But just look how close this one is. And that would have been an absolute disaster for Wednesday. And they wouldn't have deserved that.
Some contest now.
There's been some contest all afternoon.
Well, exactly.
And still it's not over. Palmer sets off. Carlton Palmer. Just outside the area. Tries to tee up Hurst for the right-footed shot, and Hall was behind it. Ritchie again for Oldham. Pearson in front of him. Ritchie can't get past the Wednesday captain, who does a manful defending job. And there really is very little time left now, and in many ways it would be the perfect result, I suppose. Oldham carrying the early honours, Wednesday really coming back into it. And certainly earning their point if they get it. But I think there's no doubt, Maurice, these two sides have got to be in the shake-up to go up to Division 1 at the end of the season.
Well, it looks very much that way, John. I mean, I was at the Nottingham Forest Spurs game last week, and I tell you what, this is on par, if not a little bit better and more exciting.
Here's Hurst. The chance to win it is Wednesday's. They can't take it.
It looked very much like he was offside there, but I think that's what they all thought.
Well, I thought Danny Wilson was offside, and I haven't seen a whistle or a flag or anything.
But it was a great chance, a great ball in. He heads it down well. No, I don't think he was. It was an excellent chance. That could have clinched it for them.
Oh, that would have been a dramatic finale. As it is, the referee blows for full time to signal the end of surely one of the best matches anybody could ever wish to see here. It's ended Sheffield Wednesday 2, Oldham 2. Tremendous test of character for both sides. Oldham 2 up early on through Nick Henry and David Kerry. Wednesday coming back, giving their all, with John Sheridan there, converting 2 second-half penalties. 1-1 by Hurst, 1-1 by himself. And perhaps the result is absolutely perfect from two teams who we all think will probably be in Division 1 next season. Sheffield Wednesday 2, Oldham 2. We'll take a short break now, but there's a lot more to come. Join us after it.
John, it must have been one of those days where you thought it just might not be your day.
Yeah, after going down 2-0 early on, we thought, we weren't going to get back into the game, but full credit to the lads, and we're just glad we got a point in the end.
What did the boss say at half-time?
The boss was quite happy with the way we were playing. We missed 1 or 2 chances, and obviously they broke away and scored 2 really bad goals for us, really. But like you say, he's pleased with the way we come back in the game.
Do you like taking penalties?
Well, the last penalty I took against Brentford I missed, but I was happy. I said that I'd take them if we got another one, so I was just happy to put both of them away.
Ron, the crowd would have loved it. Did you enjoy it?
I did at the end. Yes, I enjoyed it at the end. I must admit, when we were 2 down at half-time and playing well, and trying to wonder why we should be 2 down. Wasn't enjoying it as much then, but enjoyed the last minute.
It looked like it wasn't your day, didn't it?
Well, I mean, that's in many ways this season. I mean, I think we could have won every game we've played in. And I mean, that, as a performance, I thought we played well, but that wasn't a special performance for us. That is about our par for the course at the moment. And certain situations seem par for the course as well. I mean, we've just missed an absolute sitter, and all of a sudden you think, yeah, read the script, bang, they go down to the other end, keeper fumbles or he's not decisive, they score.
It's very important for you not to lose, because that would have been 9 points behind, and even at this stage of the season, you don't want to be 9 points behind the leaders, do you?
Well, that's right. I mean, we had hope before the day to close it down and then, you know, take full advantage of our game in hand. But quite honestly, when you're 2 down against the top of the league side and you pull back to 2 each, then you'll take that. You take the status quo and say, all right, we've got a long way, a lot of time to overhaul them.
Trevor, it was enjoyable for 34,000 to watch. Was it enjoyable to play?
Yeah, it certainly was. I felt that, you know, before the game that it made for a good game of football because, you know, Oldham have proved last season and in the early part of this season they're very good football inside. And as you know, we play good football, so I couldn't see anything but a good game. You
came on unusually early as a substitute. What did the boss say to you when you went out there?
Well, we're 2-0 down and obviously, you know, he wanted to try and change things. No, he just said for me to go on there and enjoy it, and if I could get him a goal, you know, it'd be even better. But, you know, I couldn't do that, but I'd like to think that I'd sort of helped to, you know, get us back into the game.
You've seen a fair bit of football in your time, but how was your heart when the second penalty was being taken?
I was pretty sure that John would score. He's got a good nerve. He made up his mind, you know, early which side he was going to put it. In fact, he, you know, the first one he put it to the keeper's left and then changed for the second one to the keeper's right. 2 excellent penalties, which the keeper had no chance. And I think that there was no doubt about it either. They were penalties.
Ironical, really, that it should be penalties that brought you back in the game, because you could have had 7 or 8, couldn't you, in open play?
We're trying to work out how many times we actually hit the upright and the crossbar. I think it was something like 4 times in total. Yet here we are talking about 2 penalties. There were numerous other occasions, you're right, but this has been a problem this season. You know, we've created many, many chances, but we don't put enough away.
That leaves the top of Division 2 looking like this. That win taking West Ham to within 2 points of Oldham now. Wednesday, 4 points behind the Hammers. Millwall lost today. Middlesbrough overtake Wolves and Barnsley. The top 3 are now